the opening kick. And away we go from East Rutherford. Xavier Gibson now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That's the way. That's exactly the way you show a crowd you've got no issues playing on the road. One snap in, you're celebrating a sack while the tens of thousands in the building, well, they watch their guy pick himself up off the turf.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again following the sack. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Third and long, Rodgers. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
So on fourth down, the Jets turn to a fan favorite. It's Thomas Morstead to punt it away. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. So the Giants out and getting set for their first drive. And we will get a look at their sixth-year signal caller.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They gained 14 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Throwing his lock. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the 40 on second down. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Gotta read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you gotta react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Throwing from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Giants will have a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Tracy once more. And he'll make his way down to the 16-yard line. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
They send a tight end in motion. They go right back to Tracy. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No gain on the play. That brings up a tough decision for them on 4th down.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They'll try it now with Singletary. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on down.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a second time. 1st down throw by Rodgers. He's on the move, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the 1st time. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Rodgers here from the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throwing on 1st down, Rodgers. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. 1st time this game they've looked to him. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
They give on 2nd to Hall. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a 4th down instead.
And a fair catch made here at the 17. No return on that punt. And it'll be Giants football. Robinson in motion right. Lock to throw it. He finds Slayton. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, New York.
That's the end of the first quarter in this battle of New York franchises. Couple of zeros on the board right now. More from MetLife coming right up. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They're looking at first down here. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. That one's complete, right side. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the one he was throwing for. And now it's 3rd and short.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
The Giants ready to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. And the fair catch made here at the 15. So no return on that punt. And the Jets are starting deep from their own territory here. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. By this point, partner, they are through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity, and any success for an offense.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Able to find Corley. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Escapes the pocket. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. 58 yards on the punt there. And they're going to take over possession. The Giants offense all set to get started. And it's been a very slow start offensively. Let's see if this drive is the one they can break through and put up the... Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that can go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's Locke. Cut out left. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. To throw, here's Locke. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Impressive play, but they are well shy of the first down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's there to make the fair catch right at the 10-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Jets football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And that falls incomplete. He was looking Malachi Corley's way there. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
On 2nd and 10 now, Rodgers. Able to hit Hall, complete. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Rodgers. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Thomas Morstead heading back out for the punt. Smith Marset on for the return. And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Now here comes the New York offense. And coming off a 3-and-out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 1. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Has his man, it's Tracy. And he's going to get past the 40 before he goes out. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Lock. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Gets this to Slayton. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Locke to the air. Pass cut by Tracy. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. The Giants using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
First down.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Locked down. He's got him. That's Tracy. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
2nd and 3 now. Throwing is Locke. He locates Daniel Bellinger. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Following that completion, a member of the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. He'll throw it yet again. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
He's got it. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Locke looking to throw. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. This is a chip shot from the left hash. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that will get them on the board.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. That one on the offense, but declined, so we will indeed head to halftime. And on to Orlando for our halftime report from Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports halftime report. If you missed the first half, there's not much to get you caught up on. Just the lone field goal accounting for the entirety of the scoring. A 3-0 game to this point, as both defenses have been strong so far.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. And as he accumulates catches this season, Brock, some have stuck out to us more than most, and we had one of them on that last drive as he's reached a significant milestone for himself this year. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
From the 36. This finds Bellinger. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Locked to throw it. Taken in by Bellinger. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's got Bellinger. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a pickup of 11. And the Giants will have a first down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he gets this forward to the 19. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. We're working a couple of yards past the line. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinnen Williams. Only 2 yards on the run, and they're left with 3rd and 11.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that will add to their score.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Gano ready to send this away. Gibson now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Jets out to begin another drive. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. on their side as they reach the end zone. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Greg Zuerlein for the point after try. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll take the lead. Zuerlein has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants returning their offense and this running back to the field. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. He's at the 30, the 10, and he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants need only one to take the lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired, but that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
And now the Giants keeping the offense on the field. We've got a 2-point attempt coming up. He's throwing for it. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead.
You know, we tend to say this all the time, and I'll say it yet again, Kate. Big targets in the red zone are an enormous advantage. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, they went right to him for the conversion. Gano ready to send this away. Gibson now to return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into. Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. To the air here on 1st down, Rodgers. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So 2nd down coming up.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Hall running between the tackles. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Dexter Lawrence on the tackle. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up fourth down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Their punter making his way out now. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Giants and Drew Lock ready to go again on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. A handoff to Tracy. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. A give to Tracy up the middle. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
So we're through 3 here. It's the Giants with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. He sends this one to the end zone. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They could bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's Lock. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Here's first and 10 from the 34. Throwing from the gun. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
Couldn't connect on first, it's second down. This is Tracy. And he'll work a little room down to the 29. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
5 DBs out there for the Jets. Third down. Throwing from the gun here. Complete beyond the marker. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And the Giants will have a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Here's Tracy. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. They run. Here's Tracy. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score a point.
And he's going to go down. Jets brought the pressure and got to him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact. It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Gano ready to send this away. Gibson now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Jets offense now set to take over. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Rodgers here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They'll throw again. Rodgers. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. It's Tracy on the carry. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Giants with a 10-point advantage. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Running this with Tracy. Room to the right. And he's finally brought down at the 9. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Back to the well again. Runs in for the New York touchdown. The Giants can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Gano ready to send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. This offense making its way back out now. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. To throw is Rodgers. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Rodgers set to pass. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Again, Rodgers. Excellent. And the Giants are too much. They take him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
You know one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
That is caught along the sideline, and he gets the feet down. Wow! It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And in, touchdown, New York. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets cut the lead down to 10. So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And the Giants come up with that kick. They're going to hold on for the victory in this one. Well, even with that kick, wasn't much chance of pulling off the late comeback. And now that they've failed to recover, partner, I think we can take the fork out and you know where to put it.
Yeah, they went out swinging. They did everything that they could do, but it just shows you in the NFL, premium for possessions. And when you stall out early and you dig yourself this kind of hole, awfully hard to come back and win.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. The Giants take a knee here, running out the final seconds to their victory. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
The Giants are set to punt. It's going to be Jamie Gillen doing the honors. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And not his best punt here. He drives it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. So the Giants come away with the win. Well, as they celebrate to the boos of the home crowd, I'm sure you're having flashbacks, buddy. It's got to be music to their ears hearing those fans voice their displeasure.
It is so sweet, Kate, when you win on the road for a couple reasons. Yeah, I do remember. I remember silencing those road crowds. There's no better feeling than to hear, those boos and those cheers and all that noise just silence because you beat them in their building. You know the other great sound? The plane ride home. Those are some of the greatest memories you have to celebrate that road victory and a whole road trip home to take it all in.